Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's having a peaceful, positive, and productive day so far today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. That being said, I already attempted to come on and start a live once, and over here on my table, I had a freshly made cup of ice water. And when I sat down, something happened, and the whole cup of water ended up falling over and spilling all over the floor. So, take that with a grain of salt, however you want to see that. Um, Thankfully, I was able to maintain and I didn't let it get me all discombobulated. But nonetheless, I ended up having to pull up my rug and, clean up a big mess. So, but here we are. I already burned some Palo Santo. We're going to ring the bell and hit the singing bowl a few times. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Happy new moon. We are in new moon energy, and tomorrow is the winter solstice. So, officially going into winter, kind of referring back to the video we did last time, uh, where we were talking about the hibernation energy and wintertime and using this as a time to rest and evaluate and get a plan going for the next chapter. All right, seeing as this is a late day card pull, we're not going to do the mantra, but we will do the grief affirmation, and then we'll just jump right into the affirmations and go from there. Today's been a very productive day for me today. I did finally get a day off today. It's okay to be angry at having to grieve. No matter what kind of grief it is that you're dealing with, it is a natural part of this human experience. It can be very unsettling as far as the effects it has on our other emotions, but being receptive to those emotions and not being too hard on yourself. Allowing yourself to feel whatever you need to feel, to release whatever you need to release. That came out strong in the last video. Being honest with yourself about the emotions that you feel. Wow, that came out quick. Second chakra, sacral chakra, abundance. I am worthy and I deserve an abundance of anything that I require. I watch my thoughts to ensure that I am honoring and respecting myself. I honor myself by knowing that I am worthy to receive. I am open to receive now. I remind myself that it is a sign of strength to ask for help. whether that be a person in your physical life or your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and the Most High. Not being afraid to ask for help, not being angry at having to ask for help or needing to ask for help. It's okay. We all need help from time to time. Humans are not intended to go through this process alone. All right, now we'll pull from the Wild Offering Oracle. Last time we got feelings, health, and despair. Knowing that, remembering that you are worthy of abundance in all forms, be that spiritually, financially, physically. We all deserve to live abundant lives, but at the same time, we have to make the choices that align with that. All right. Wild Offering Oracle. Oh, and another thing, at some point, you know how I save the cards from each video and I leave them up here till the next one? Well, before I actually put them up, somehow the card that we pulled from the Wandering Heart Oracle is missing. I still have not found it. I've moved furniture. I've looked all underneath the desk and cannot find it. So my only other option is to look and see if somehow it ended up under my bed. But I noticed that yesterday. Patience. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often, soon, change follows. Empowerment on the bottom of the deck. And service on the top of the deck. We saw the service card last time. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You are all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. And then empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear divine. Patience always finds a way of coming up in some way, shape, or form. I'm drinking my herbal tea tonight. This is lemon balm, mullein, marshmallow root, and spearmint. It's a cold and flu blend. Empowerment. Empowering yourself. Empowerment comes from being patient and being of service to others. All right, let's pull from the Angels of Abundance. Last time we got cooperation instead of competition. Words of abundance. Going back to our second chakra, sacral chakra, abundance. Speaking it into existence. Making the right choices to get you in the right place at the right time. Do the work. Yes, our angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High can help us along the way. But if we don't make positive choices, and no matter what choices we make, those are going to be, that's what's going to lead us in whatever direction we go. And that has a lot to do with how we feel about ourselves, whether we feel worthy, whether we feel capable, whether we can let go of the anger and the sadness and frustration of, things from the past so that we can look forward. Growing more in touch with your intuition, growing more in touch with yourself. Use this winter, use this hibernation mode to really kind of focus on self and, do some intense, look at that, it flipped right back over. Cooperation instead of competition. Teamwork makes the dream work. We just put that back in and it came right back out. What's yours is yours. No one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Look at that. And then we got partnership. Words of abundance, which we just put back in there on the bottom of the deck. And clearing debts on the top of the deck. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So some kind of collaboration, teamwork. Will bring empowerment to both parties or multiple people. When you work together as a team versus against each other, as a team, everybody succeeds. When you work against each other, when you're constantly, bad-mouthing people or, just coming up against each other, it hurts everybody. But if you work as a team, then everybody wins. All right, now we'll pull from the Namaste deck. Last time we got barefoot walk. Grounding energy, spending time outside. Literally walking barefoot. This isn't necessarily the ideal time of year for that, but depending on how much tolerance you have, you could probably at least go out there and walk around barefoot for a few minutes before your feet got too cold. In my area, it's supposed to be warming up this week. We're supposed to have Florida-like Christmas. I think it's going to be in the high 60s. Which is crazy considering like a week ago we were at 6 degrees. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Pretend you are going on an adventure. What do you need? What will make things easier for you? What will keep you comfortable and safe? Collect all the things you need to have a wonderful adventure. Now breathe 8 times intentionally while you think about setting off on your journey. Gather your belongings and set out the door. As you close the door, know that you have everything you need and all the unnecessary things are left behind. Now do this with your thoughts as well. Imagine what you need to feel healthy, strong, and confident. What do you need to lead a happy life today? Gather them all and breathe 8 times intentionally. When you are done, collect all your positive thoughts and shut the door behind you. All the unnecessary thoughts that would weigh you down today are left behind. All you have with you are the thoughts that will promote peace, prosperity, and happiness. Go forth on your journey and rejoice. By detaching from unnecessary thoughts, we liberate ourselves from stress. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to add anything to that, but it comes up often, letting go of what no longer serves you, whether it's physical possessions, people, places, situations, but most definitely mindsets, thoughts. All right, now we'll pull from the Affirmator deck. Last time we got generosity. Self-help without all the self-helpiness. This is our unicorn deck. Unicorns and rainbows. Setting intentions, setting positive intentions each day. Every day, start yourself off with positive intentions. Peacefulness and patience. Double confirmation on the patience. We also saw that with the Wild Offering Oracle. And then the peacefulness really kind of lining up with the Namaste card that we just got. All right, so patience. Congratulations. You've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. So, if patience is something that you've struggled with in the past, maybe that's somewhere where you've improved. Maybe you've empowered yourself by practicing, being better at practicing patience, finding peace of mind. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it, and I can get my security deposit back. So, valuing your peace of mind. Peace of mind is something that cannot be bought. And it can be, unfortunately, other people can steal your peace of mind if you allow them to. It's important that we don't let that happen. All right, now we'll pull from the mindfulness deck. We got 3 last time. Talk to yourself in the same way you want others to talk to you. You will survive everything, even this, regardless of how you feel right now. And the schedule of the mind is often faster than the schedule of life. That is what feels disappointing, not life itself. The expectations that we put on ourselves, the expectations that other people put on us, the expectations that we put on other people, a lot of times that's where we get disappointed, because we set unrealistic expectations, not only of other people but of ourselves. And that makes it hard to stay in an abundance mindset. That makes it hard to find peace of mind. Being patient with yourself and trusting that, you'll overcome everything that comes your way. All right. We're not going to take those. That's too many. We just want one, because the messages on these are kind of long. There we go. Put those together backwards. When you feel stressed and anxious, everything is chaos. When you're rested, everything is as it should be. However, everything has been the same all along. So obviously something about getting rest. I mentioned that already at the beginning of the video, going into wintertime, hibernation energy, resting, recouping, recovering. Notice your anxious thoughts or state. What cues do your mind and body present when you are stressed or anxious? Next, remember in both mind and body what it feels like to be relaxed and calm. What cues do your body and mind present when you are in rest? How do these two states differ from each other? So, being able to identify when you're stressed, how it affects your body. Also, being able to identify when you're not. Being able to tell the difference. That way, when you start seeing the signs of being stressed, you can do things to combat that energy. All right, now we're going to pull from one of the new decks. Your breakthrough is coming. Unstoppable You Oracle deck. Last time we got Choose Yourself, You Are Becoming, and Take the Leap. We got Your Fire is Sacred on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Finding natural, healthy, positive ways to deal with stress and anxiety. This is the newest deck that we've added to the collection. I'm probably not going to get any more for a while. We've gotten several new decks over the last couple months. Well, I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Yep. Christmas is just a blink away. I hope everybody has safe travels, has positive and loving interactions with family and friends. Permission granted popped up. It didn't pop out, but it popped up. Permission granted. Protect your vision. Show up scared on the bottom of the deck and let it be messy on the top of the deck. You've survived worse. Your breakthrough is coming. You're allowed to take up space. Done is better than perfect. So protect your vision, show up scared, and let it be messy. Permission granted. So, maybe keeping your goals, your dreams kind of to yourself, not really sharing it with other people. Showing up scared. We talked about that the other day. Pushing through the fear, faith over fear. Let it be messy. Don't worry about other people's opinions or expectations. Let it be messy if it needs to be. Let's see. Protect your vision. Page 102. Core message. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your dreams. Key themes: discernment, boundaries, inner knowing, sacred goals, energy protection, and self-loyalty. Message. Your dreams are sacred. They were given to you for a reason, not to be explained to everyone, not to be watered down for approval, not to be placed in the hands of those who can't see what you see. This card is your reminder to treat your vision like a treasure, because it is. Not everyone will understand your path. Some may doubt it, question it, or even dismiss it. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It means your dream is ahead of its time, ahead of their perspective, or simply not theirs to carry. Protect it anyways. Your vision doesn't need validation. It needs devotion. Guidance. You may feel the urge to share your ideas, plans, or next steps with others in search of support. But not all feedback is sacred. Not all opinions are rooted in belief. This is your call to be discerning. Who gets access to your inner world? Who has earned the right to witness your growth? Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is build in silence and reveal with confidence later. Let your results speak louder than your explanations. Journaling prompt. Where am I seeking approval for something I already know is right for me? Who genuinely supports my growth? And who subtly dims it? All right, and then show up sacred. Look at that, is on page 111. Angel number 111. Core message. Courage is doing it afraid. Key themes: bravery, vulnerability, emotional truth, imperfect action, inner strength, and growth through discomfort. Message. Courage isn't about feeling fearless. It's about showing up anyway. With the trembling hands, the racing heart, the self-doubt that won't go quiet. You don't have to wait until you're confident, ready, or certain. You just have to move, even if fear comes with you. This card is your reminder that fear doesn't disqualify you. In fact, it often means you're standing at the edge of something important, something real, something meant for your growth. If it didn't matter, you wouldn't feel scared. So let the fear be a sign, not of danger, but of depth. Be scared, be brave, be both, and show up anyways. Guidance. You might be avoiding something right now because fear is making it feel too big. This card invites you to shift your relationship with fear. Instead of waiting for it to leave, invite it to walk beside you. Let your actions speak louder than your anxiety. Showing up scared doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're brave enough to act without guarantees. It's proof of your strength, not the absence of it. Journaling prompts. What am I afraid of right now? And what dream is hiding underneath? Ooh, that's a lot. So, staying true to your dreams, protecting your dreams, but chasing your dreams despite being afraid to do so. All right, Let It Be Messy. Page 135. Core message. Great things rarely begin with perfect plans. Key themes. Embrace imperfection. Authentic beginnings. Creativity in chaos. Surrender. Trust the process. Self-compassion. We saw the grace card last time, or in one of the past videos, where we talked about having grace for other people, but also for ourselves. Stop waiting for it to be polished before you start. Stop believing you need a flawless plan before you move. Big, beautiful, world shifting things often begin in the mess, in the scribbled notes, the awkward first steps, the half formed ideas, and uncertain beginnings. This card is your permission to dive in as you are. Let it be messy. Let it be real. Let it be imperfect and powerful. The magic isn't in. Hold on. It's on the crease. The magic isn't in the neatness, it's in the motion. Every masterpiece begins with a brush stroke. Every breakthrough begins with a risk. Mess is not a mistake. It's proof you're in it. Guidance. If you've been procrastinating because things don't feel together enough, this card invites you to start anyway. Progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from persistence, from showing up, from moving through the discomfort of the unknown without needing to control every outcome. Let go of the fantasy that everything needs to be figured out. Clarity lives on the other side of messy action. Journaling prompts. Where am I waiting for everything to be just right before I begin? What does perfectionism protect me from? And what is it holding me back from? What would I create or try today if I allowed it to be imperfect? Creative practice, the messy start. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Begin something you've been avoiding because it feels too big or undefined. It could be a paragraph, a sketch, a plan, a pitch. Let it be rough. Let it be awkward. Just start. Let the mess be your muse. Affirmation. I trust the mess. I trust the magic. I begin before I'm ready, and that is enough. Action step. Choose one project, idea, or dream and give it messy life today. Press, polish, start the draft, make the call, scribble the outline. Let motion replace hesitation. The masterpiece will shape itself as you move. Wow, that was a lot. So it doesn't matter how messy it is, just start it. No matter how small of a step you take, just take one. We talk about that a lot. Taking baby steps, setting smaller goals to accomplish a bigger goal. It makes it to where the task doesn't seem so daunting. All right, now we're going to do angel numbers. Last time we had 99, 17, 1, and 404. Oh, number 6, balance. Balance between work and play, balance between physical and spiritual. All right, angel numbers. I'm getting better at learning how to edit the videos, so I practiced the other day making some shorts with little clips out of the full video. So I'm going to try to get better at that. Okay, we got, look at that, triple confirmation on the patience. We got 11, we got 10, 10, and 44, 42. We also have number 5, transformation, on the bottom of the deck, and 64, 64, intuition, on the top of the deck. I mentioned intuition earlier. We already saw patience in the affirmators deck and the wild offering oracle deck, and now we're seeing it in the angel numbers. 11, patience, calm, reflection, understanding, timing, awareness, and thoughtfulness. Changes are coming in your life, and you need to be aware of them. Don't rush to conclusions before you have all the information. Taking your time will prevent harm to others and ensure thoughtful decisions. In what areas of my life do I need to practice more patience and wait for the full picture to emerge? Today, focus on being mindful and taking things one step at a time, trusting that the right answers will come with time and clarity. Wow. And then 1010, embrace the journey. Journey, trust, opportunities, progress, happiness, and alignment. It's time to bring your cherished ideas to life. The right people, circumstances, and resources are aligning in your favor. Happiness and new opportunities are on the horizon. What steps can I take to embrace the journey ahead? How can I stay open to the new opportunities being sent my way? Take a moment to reflect on your long held dreams and ideas. Begin implementing one step at a time. What did I just say? Trusting that the universe is sending you the support that you need. All right, and then we got 44, 42, signs, messages, guidance, intuition, awareness, signs, and abundance. Double confirmation on the intuition, triple confirmation on the abundance. Stay alert for signs and messages around you. By tuning into divine energies, you will be guided towards manifesting abundance and prosperity. What signs or messages have I been receiving lately? How can I stay more attuned to divine guidance in my daily life? Keep a journal to note any reoccurring signs or messages you encounter. Trust your intuition and let it guide your decisions, knowing that divine energies are supporting you. Wow. Intermission. I gotta get my slippers. My feet are getting cold. Okay. So, yeah, strong emphasis on the patience energy. And also the embracing your dreams, the making a plan. I'm going to put these up here just to make more room. And we've been talking about that the last few videos. You know, really taking time to sit down, evaluate, process, rest. Also like a networking energy, like instead of actually doing like the physical labor part, going back to the partnership and the cooperation instead of competition, like networking, building your team, finding your tribe type energy, being patient through that process. Okay, now we'll pull from the Celestial Insights. Last time we had Embrace, Twin Flame, and True Love. So you could also look at the partnership from a love perspective. You know, maybe, you know, a relationship that starts out as a business relationship turning into a lover's relationship or vice versa. Picking up on the signs and synchronicities around you, you know, really being aware, trust and observe. Look at that. Patience again. Dang. And value indication. All right, so trust and observe is what came out. Patience was on the bottom of the deck, and value indication was on the top of the deck. Trust your intuition is quietly guiding you, but sometimes you need to pay more attention to the small changes around you. Reflect on recent moments of confusion. By observing the little details, you'll sharpen your intuition over time. What was I just saying? Referencing the, okay, so that's lining up with the angel number 4442 signs. Trust and observe, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. Then we got value indication. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you've been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident in your value. That's already come up somewhere once. Maybe the empowerment. Self-love, self-worth, self-value. You know, if you don't value yourself, you're going to form partnerships with people that do not value you. So being aware of that. And you also have the scales on this. So Libra energy, justice energy. Also choose your battles wisely. And then patience for the fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Patience is key to achieving your goals. Have you been feeling restless? Trust in the process and wait for things to unfold. Great outcomes take time. Wow. So huge emphasis on patience. When you find yourself getting impatient or restless, try to redirect your thoughts, try to redirect your energy, do something to get your mind off of it. Because that could drain you really quickly. All right, now we're going to pull from the Mystical Dream Oracle, unlock the secrets of your dreams. Last time we saw wolf, enemy, farewell, deceased, and argument. We got eyes on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Train on the cut. Trusting the process, trusting that everything happens for a reason, embracing the journey, understanding that those little moments of happiness come from the journey when you're not focused on the destination. Don't focus on the destination. Enjoy and embrace the journey. So, if you're already in something and things aren't going as fast as you would like them to, being patient, remembering that good things take time, good things come to those who wait. Enjoy the peaceful moments. Going back to the Namaste card and where it talks about take what you need and leave what you don't, mentally and physically. Embracing the peaceful moments in life. The more you embrace the peaceful moments, the easier it will be for you to handle the chaotic moments. Whoa. Clouds, argument, cat, and ocean flipped over, but sadness, happiness, and loneliness is what fell out. We're going to keep going. I think that was my bad. Deceased came out. We just put that one back in there. Friends on the bottom of the deck. And car. You could really look at that imagery in several different ways without reading the description of the card. You also got sword on the bottom of the deck, followed by house and anger. Black hole. Iron chain. Stars. Mobile phone. And love. Car. Car symbolizes the direction and movement of your life. Dreaming of a car suggests you are navigating your personal journey. Driving the car indicates control over your path, while being a passenger may suggest reliance on others or external influences. The car's condition reflects your emotional state or life circumstances, reminding you to find balance and avoid rushing or stagnating. We did see balance in the angel number deck. And then deceased. The deceased symbolize past emotions or unfinished business. Dreaming of them suggests you're reflecting on unresolved experiences or relationships. The dream marks a moment of transformation, urging you to reconcile with the past and move forward with greater clarity. Going back to, I don't even remember the name of this deck. The Unstoppable You deck. Protect your dreams. Show up scared. Let it be messy. We've actually seen that message several different places, but allowing allowing yourself to let go. You know, especially if it's somebody that's, say you have a grudge with somebody that's passed on, let that go. They're not even here anymore. Then you got friends. Friends and dreams symbolize support and renaissance and resonance. Dreaming of friends reminds you that you are not alone and that friendship is a source of strength. It reflects your connection to others and your emotional needs for companionship and recognition. This dream encourages you to cherish your true friendships and to celebrate the power of mutual growth and connection. Very much connecting with the cooperation instead of competition, partnership, dream work, or teamwork makes the dream work. And remember, we saw the permission granted as well. All right, now we'll pull from Echoes of the Soul. Last time we saw Aftermath. We got the Veiled Watcher, number 13, on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Veil of Silence, number 25 on the cut. We're going to try for just one of these because they have pretty long messages. That is definitely not one. That's way too many. We got two here. Echoes of Solitude and The Weight of Reflection. Number 32 and number 8. Let's see, number 8. The weight of reflection. Key themes: overwhelm, introspection, processing emotions, self-compassion, finding clarity, and emotional resilience. Message: the mind is like a vast maze, often filled with scattered thoughts and unprocessed emotions. It is natural to feel the weight of it all. Sorry, hold on. It is natural to feel the weight of it all at times, but know that clarity and peace are not beyond reach. They come through patience, self-compassion, and allowing yourself the time to navigate your inner world without judgment. You are not meant to solve everything at once. Even the smallest step can lighten the burden. This card invites you to pause and acknowledge the emotional or mental weight you are carrying. The urge to push through or suppress these feelings might be strong, but true healing requires time and space to process. Reflection is not meant to overwhelm you further. It is a tool to understand and release what no longer serves you. Treat yourself with kindness, as though you were supporting a dear friend through the same challenges. The process may feel heavy, but within it lies the opportunity to gain profound insight and create lasting peace. The affirmation: I honor my emotions and give myself permission to release what no longer serves me. Clarity and peace flow into my life with patience and self-compassion. Actionable insight: dedicate time this week to a practice of self-care that helps you process your emotions. This could be journaling, meditating, taking a mindful walk, or talking to a trusted friend. Focus on releasing even one small piece of mental or emotional weight you're carrying. Celebrate this process, no matter how small it may seem. Reflection. The weight of reflection reminds you that feeling overwhelmed is not a weakness, but a natural part of being human. It also reminds you that clarity and relief are achievable, one step at a time. By allowing yourself space to sit with your emotions and process them gently, you make room for healing and transformation. What do you think? Do you feel like you're carrying a backpack of emotions or thoughts right now? If so, how could this exercise or journaling prompt help lighten your load? Several things in there we have already talked about today: the journaling, the reflection, the allowing yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, whether that's anger, grief, anxiety. All right, echoes of solitude. I have a feeling this is going to talk about finding your quiet place for that reflection. Key themes: reflection, release, emotional cleansing, renewal, letting go, and personal growth. Message: in the stillness of solitude, echoes of the past rise to the surface, asking to be heard and released. These moments of quiet reflection hold the key to emotional cleansing and renewal. Echoes of solitude remind you that letting go is an act of strength, creating space for new energy and growth. Trust that in releasing what no longer serves you, align what no longer serves you, align with your true self, and open the door to transformation. Guidance. This card calls you to embrace moments of solitude as a time for reflection and release. Old emotions, memories, or patterns may resurface now, asking for your attention. Acknowledge them without judgment and then let them go with love and gratitude for the lessons they've taught you. Echoes of Solitude encourages you to see this process as an opportunity for emotional cleansing and renewal. In creating space within yourself, you invite growth, clarity, and deeper alignment with your path. The affirmation: I release what no longer serves me, creating space for renewal, clarity, and growth. In solitude, I find strength and truth. Actionable insight: take a quiet moment today to reflect on what you are ready to let go of, whether it's an old emotion, belief, or habit. Write it down on a piece of paper and then symbolically release it by tearing it up, burning it, or discarding it. Feel the lightness that comes with this act of release and focus on the possibilities that this new space invites into your life. Reflection. Echoes of Solitude remind you that in stillness you uncover truths and gain the clarity needed for emotional cleansing. By letting go of what no longer serves, you allow yourself to align with your highest potential and embrace renewal. What echoes are calling to you in solitude? How will you honor and release them to make space for your growth? Now is a good time to do that. You know, whether you are celebrating the winter solstice, whether you're celebrating Christmas, New Year, whatever, now is a good time to do that. Cleanse your soul, lighten your load, allow yourself to grieve so that you can release that anger, that anxiety. All right, we'll move these over here. All right, now we'll pull from the Nature Seasons Oracle. Last time we got Wisdom, Autumn Equinox, and New Moon. We got Fire on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Nature Seasons Oracle. Wow, did you see that flip like that? Oh, it landed in my lap, but then it fell. Stability and support. Earth energy. You got happiness and optimism on the bottom of the deck. It hasn't been that long since we saw that. Followed by wisdom and harmony. Dolphin energy. And then you got flow and purification. Water energy. And then strength and courage, bear underneath that. Sorry, guys, if I just like coughed in your ear. Stability and support. You need to find your inner stability. Ground yourself and feel the earth's support and peace. Take a moment to focus on what makes you feel safe and reconnect with your sense of trust. So once again, that grounding energy, we saw that with the last video from the Namaste deck with the barefoot walking. All right, then we got optimism and happiness, joy. Joy is the energy of optimism, reminding you that every moment of life is worth celebrating. Today, carry a light heart and look for the little things that bring you happiness and fulfillment. Let joy fill your life and spread it to those around you. Kind of connecting with the service card from the Wild Offering Oracle. You know, if you're feeling down or anxious or angry or restless, acts of service for other people can bring much joy to your own heart and to your own life. All right, flow and purification. Water. You need to clear the emotional clutter and lighten your load. Take a moment to relax and soak in the flow of water. Whether through meditation or a soothing bath, allow your mind to heal and regenerate. The healing power of water. We talk about that a lot. I talk about the rainwater being good for our hair, being good for our skin. Any source of any kind of water from a natural source. Ooh. All right. Now we'll pull from the Forest Spirit Oracle. Last time we got Tortoise, Full Moon, and Unicorn. Oh, and I did finally remember to look up the full moon, the next full moon. And the next full moon is on January 3rd, and it is the Wolf Moon. All right, we got Skunk Spirit on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Wood Nymph, Magic Touch on the cut. All right, Forest Spirit Oracle. Bear Spirit, Untamed Spirit. We did see the bear in the Nature Seasons deck. Tiger Spirit, Brave and Confident on the bottom of the deck. Once again, referencing bravery. And then Spider Spirit, Dreamweaver. Daydream, believer in confidence, Mouse Spirit under that. And then Raccoon, Potential. A lot of mirroring energy. A lot of mirroring messages out here. All right, Untamed Spirit. Allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own force. Let me start that again. Allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own fierce but gentle nature. So, going back to what we were talked about earlier about the introspection, using this time of winter and hibernation, also bear spirit lining up with that hibernation energy. Tiger, brave and confident. Make yourself stronger. Courage and confidence enable you to maintain your status and dignity in various situations. So once again, talking about being brave and confident and being able to push through the fear. Spider, dreamweaver, practice the powerful art of attraction to draw in and capture opportunities. So kind of that going back to what we got earlier with let it be messy and show up scared and protect your dreams, protect your vision, weaving the web of that vision, weaving that dream together, keeping it to yourself, being brave and confident to take steps forward to making those dreams reality. All right, now we'll pull from the animal allies, birds. Last time we got the Urraca, Urraca. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. One of these days I should probably look that up, but hummingbird on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Albatross and toucan. Those are both kind of bigger birds as well. You got a flicker on the bottom of the deck and woodpecker. Look at that. And a woodpecker on the top of the deck. All right. Albatross. I'm not sure if we've ever even gotten that one before. Albatross. That is the first card of the deck. Superpowers. Making hard things look easy. Commitment, loyalty, stamina, bringers of good luck and bad. Seeing beneath the surface. Wisdom. Taking your time when it comes to matters of the heart and standing by your convictions are signs of wisdom and character. When this card appears, don't be afraid to take up space in your own life and the world at large. Where can you let yourself become a bigger, more authoritative presence? Albatross wants you to know you have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. You make good choices when you trust yourself and seek out wisdom from your inner voice. All right, and then toucan. Toucan superpowers. Exploring, but also nesting. Creativity, storytelling, being both introverted and extroverted. Toucan wisdom. Two things can be true at the same time. It is possible to feel two emotions at once, even if they are opposites. One does not cancel the other. That makes me think of the grief affirmation that says joy and grief can coexist. When toucan appears, embrace the parts of you that feel at odds with each other. Examine the aspects of yourself where a more loving approach could be cultivated. Toucan wants you to know you are capable of so much more than you even realize. You can do many things that seem at odds with one another. Example, being tired but still exercise, being angry and still feel compassion. No part of who you are is out of character, even if it feels that way sometimes. So, understanding that that's natural, but that you're also capable of pushing through. All right, now we're going to pull from the Archangels of Fire Oracle. Last time we got Yahudiel, number 32. But he was also backed up by Archangel Michael, number 23, mirroring energy, 23, 32, 32, 23. Looking at our angel numbers again, we got 44, 42, 10, 10, and 11. Signs, embrace the journey, and patience. Patience out here 4 different times, but also mentioned multiple other cards. Huge emphasis on patience. All right. Archangel of Fire Oracle. And this is too many, but we'll at least acknowledge them. Number 15, Jophiel. Number 10, Ariel. And number 29, Celestial. We just want one. Azrael flipped over right there on top. Or spun around. Wow. Strong feminine energy there. Maribel and Sheknia. 30 and 39. Strong Empress Crone energy. All right, let's see. We got Chamiel 9 on the bottom of the deck. And the twins 35 on the top of the deck. Sheknia was actually the one that was on top. Maribel was backing her up. Divine Mother. The feminine aspect of Metatron. Awaken my daughters, now you are free. Awaken my daughters, now you can speak. Awaken my daughters, now you shall see. Awaken my daughters, now you can be. As mighty, as powerful, as magnificent as me. The Sheknia lives within you. Strong divine feminine energy there. All right, 30, Maribel. Reflection. Wow. It's no coincidence that Maribel's name sounds like Mirrorball. Like a glitter ball reflecting endless sparkles of light, the silver blue lunar-esque Maribel helps to illuminate the divine feminine aspect of grace within us. We did see Grace the other day. In doing so, she helps balance, cleanse, and purify our spirit. As we gaze into her mirror, we look deeply into our own soul and slip beneath the waters of the unknown. We are then able to move with more flexibility, relishing the freedom activated by this angel. Like the Celtic pagan elder and princess on her card, her feminine energy brings our lives into flow, helping us to wash away and release any feelings of rigidity, control, or limitation, so we can relinquish the need to grip onto life too tightly. It is from this place of surrender and fluidity that we can tap into our intuition and creativity. Then we can dance through life to our own personal rhythm. As Maribel's glitter ball throws sparkles of delight across any shadows, lighting up all the dark corners. Her light brings us clarity and discernment. We can trust we are in alignment with divine timing. All is perfect. You can also call on her to balance the feminine and masculine energy of our planet. Like the wise elder in her card, she is connected to the lunar energies. So is wonderful to call on for manifesting and releasing during the new and full moon phases. Wow, and today is the new moon. What do you say? What do you think about that? Yeah. Message, confirmation. Life is a mirror. What are your outer circumstances reflecting back at you? What can you learn from these experiences? Wow. That definitely was not coincidence. Very strong feminine energy. All right, now we will pull from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. Last time we got Dissipating, Mysticism, and Trickery. Prayer on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Oh, guilt bent up quite a bit. You have no reason to feel guilty for finding your peace, for finding your truth, for loving yourself. A lot of us have a difficult time with that. We feel guilty for giving ourselves the time, the effort, the energy that we need to heal and grow and process and just, live our best life. So don't feel guilty for that. Obviously, that's going to look different for everybody, but, do the best you can with what you have. All right, Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Look at that. Mysticism flipped right back over. We're going to put it back in there because it didn't really fall out. It just flipped over, but we've just put that back in. Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Abundance. Look at that. Double confirmation on the abundance. Perception on the bottom of the deck, followed by faith. And then enlightenment on the top of the deck, followed by gratitude. Look at that. That's some beautiful energy right there. Faith and gratitude, perception, abundance, and enlightenment. With enlightenment comes abundance. Enlightenment, change of perspective. Walking through life with faith and gratitude brings abundance. Look at that. That in itself is a message. The more wisdom you gain, the more you're able to look at things from a different perspective. Walking through life with faith and gratitude helps you accomplish that. All right. We'll start with the yellow. Ooh, there's my first yawn. Excuse me. All right, enlightenment, topaz. The opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent in topaz. The journey of true destiny is the vibrational energy here. Regal gold and earthy brown mix to create something spectacular. Your experience will guide others. Mentor, teacher type energy there. All right, and then abundance, gold coins. Gold represents the power of the mind to choose. One choice may be wise, the other foolish. Choosing well may involve temporary sacrifice in order to gain your desires. Remember that you can always make a new choice. That came out strong in a couple videos back about, really taking the time to think about the choices you're making before you actually take action. All right, perception, emerald stone. Emerald offers a regal ability to see things differently and the chance of embracing transformation. There is an ability to attract wealth here if you have an open heart. All right, and then we got gratitude and faith. Faith, royal purple brick. We are all wounded. Some wounds are recognized easily while others are not. Forge ahead and do not allow your pain to hold you back. You are meant to inspire others, and if you do not carry on, they will suffer. It is time to deliver your message. And then gratitude, Lucy from Indigo. You are capable of more than mere mortal conversation. This is a time of enlightened communication, and you will raise the consciousness of others. You are stepping into self-mastery. The gifts you see in others already live within you. Be brave. Don't let fear hold you back. Be open-minded. Be willing to see things from a different perspective. Gain enlightenment so that you can achieve abundance. Don't let your ego or pride hold you back. A lot of people go through life, with that they know it all kind of attitude, and they're not really willing to learn. And that really can hinder you on multiple different levels. Okay, like I said back at the beginning of the video, the card that we got last time from this deck is MIA. It went missing. I'm not really sure what happened, but nonetheless, here we are. Wandering Heart Oracle. I'm pretty sure we saw Reclaim Your Power last time, but I could be wrong. After a while, they all kind of start to blur together. All right, Wandering Heart Oracle. Whoa. Neglect fell on the floor, but we got a bunch out here. Fertility, Two-Face, Source, free expression, alchemy, miscarriage, silver lining, loves me not. We're going to put those back in because that's definitely way too many. Blessings in disguise, number 8. There's that sword energy. We saw that. Was it with the dream deck? I think that was in the dream deck where we saw that sword. Intermission. Yes, a little line that I would like to drop, a little, plant a little seed to anybody that, is watching now or will watch later. If you've ever been interested in experimenting with teas, if you've never really tried tea other than obviously your regular, if you're from the South, it would be sweet tea. But if that's something that you've ever been, or that, maybe you've just heard about it, but you've never really tried any other kinds, I would like to encourage you to do that. Me opening up, expanding my horizons when it comes to tea has really opened me up to so many different options and, flavors. And so I would really like to encourage anybody to do that. All right, blessings in disguise, number 8. You got 3 crows in this picture. Kind of like getting like the power of 3 energy. But crows are oftentimes seen as messengers. Birds in general, really. There are blessings with your name on it. You will never have to seek after them. Discomfort and redirection. To be doubtful is to be uneasy. You are trying to decipher whether to move on or to keep persisting. You go back and forth with yourself about the results of a certain situation. Listen to your heart or listen to your head and intuition. Here you recognize the waste. All the time you've put in without receiving prosperity in return. You are able to distinguish what's hearty from what's spoiled. Here you transcend and you transform. You confront any and every defeat with high shoulders and a brave face. You don't ache over loss. Adversity emerges into harvest. The sun makes his way outside. You're using your knowledge to help assist you. You are gaining lessons that will last a lifetime. So, I'm hearing that country song, one of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Blessing. Sometimes what doesn't feel like a blessing really is. You just have to be able to look at it from a different perspective, see things from a different perception, to be able to see the blessing. All right, now we'll pull from the mini decks. We'll do the animal spirit first. Last time we got beaver, bear, and bee. So that's the 3rd time we're seeing bear energy out here. Once again, maintaining that hibernation, wintertime flow. Look at that crow on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Shark on the cut. Wielding the sword of truth. We saw the sword energy with the dream deck as well. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to be honest with yourself about whatever feelings or, situation you might be dealing with. Use your discernment. Even if you can't be honest with other people, at least be honest with yourself. See how it's got the heart on the shaft of the sword right there? Being dishonest, and even in the smallest ways, can cause heartache in the long run. So be honest with yourself in the beginning. This could definitely be in reference to a partnership or some kind of teamwork. Don't partner with somebody if you're seeing a bunch of red flags. Like don't team like don't go into partner and don't become business partners with your enemy type thing energy. Like be discerning of who you bring into your circle. Being patient and waiting for the right partnerships to come along. Having gratitude, being grateful for the lessons learned, having faith that you had to learn those lessons for a reason, and remembering to apply those lessons to future ventures. All right, we got deer, frog, and fox. Earthworm on the bottom, cosmic egg on the top. So we got 2 earth and 1 water. Or no, frog is earth. No, I was right. Fox and deer are earth energy. Earthworm was also earth energy. All right, fox, smart, strong partner or mate and wise teacher. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher and magnanimous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership and connection. Triple confirmation on the partnership. All right, deer, loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother, lining up with the Sheknia energy, the divine mother. Where's she at? When in balance, receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, concerned and protective. To bring into balance, nurture, nature, and children. So very much going with the grounded energy that we had from last time and kind of incorporating it into this one as well. Spending time in nature. I mean, that's good all the time. All right, and frog is water energy. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. Didn't we get water and earth? Yeah, I thought we did. If you think about it, a frog starts out in the water, but eventually it gets to where it can be on land as well. So earth and water energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within its healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for earthy, sorry. This print is small and I keep double reading. But no matter how earthy the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Flow and purification. Taking this time to purge people, places, things, mindsets, emotions that no longer serve us. Okay, now the Herbal Astrology Oracle. Last time we got Lion's Mane, number 18, Leadership, and Elder, number 28, Wisdom. Listening to your intuition, your wisdom, always being open to expanding your knowledge, your wisdom. Knowledge is power, but with that power comes great responsibility. Sharing, not gatekeeping, sharing the knowledge and the information that you have with others. The cooperation instead of competition. Helping others instead of trying to hold people back. Being cautious and using discernment of who you work with or who you share your time, effort, energy with. Echinacea, number 30. Destiny. Rebirth, number 50 on the bottom of the deck. And 3, Rosemary, Ancient Memory on the bottom of on the top of the deck. Allowing yourself to remember things that maybe you had forgotten. Going back to what came up earlier about practicing those moments of stillness and allowing yourself to remember things that maybe you had buried. Echinacea, Destiny, Wheel of Change, Life Cycles, Destiny, Bigger Vision, Fortune, and Fate. Astrological ruler, Jupiter and Pluto. Many Native American people considered echinacea to be a protective spirit medicine, and some of the root is often included in medicine pouches worn around the hip or neck. The Navajo considered echinacea to be a life medicine, one of the 40 ceremonial plants used for specific healing rituals. On the Great Plains, echinacea washes and poultices are often favored to dress wounds, stance infection, as well as provide pain relief for sore or torn muscles. The seeds and roots of the variety known as pale purple coneflower were popularly used in a decoction to cure colds and flus. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Reduce fevers, soothe burns and boils, and treat arthritis and rheumatism. I like mixing the echinacea with my hibiscus. They go well together. Many Native American tribes also called it snake root, as it was used as an anti-venom for rattlesnake bites. In sweat lodge ceremonies, the roots were chewed to assist in purification and adaptation and to ease pain. The plant was strewn across hot coals to add to the steam and was said to help participants withstand the heat. The Omaha Native American tribe would coat their hands in echinacea roots so that they could take hot food out of boiling pots without being burned by the heat. To this day, echinacea is used prominently worldwide, proven effective in fighting infections and combating colds, flus, and upper respiratory infections. Echinacea primarily tackles the liver, the blood, and stimulation of the immune system, all of which falls under Jupiter's rulership. Jupiter herbs like echinacea have a powerful ability to prevent the damaging effects of stress on the organs, enabling deep protection on a multi-organ level. Guidance. The snake eating its tail to Ouroboros is the wheel of change, resembling the cycles of life and death. The sun and moon orbit and spin the wheel of change, representing our earthly domain. The, the echinacea sprouting in the center represents evolutionary consciousness unbound by the confines of destiny. Like the Wheel of Fortune, this card may signal a twist of fate, a time where something in life shifts us and reorients us elsewhere. Echinacea has shown up in your cards today to remind you that the universe is always in motion and nothing is by accident. The key is to see through the cycles of destiny, is to remain centered and fluid, flowing with the course of life. The elusive judgments of good and bad only limits the vision of the great understanding. Step back and observe the great vision at play and be unbound by the passing influences. Whoa. So in that ring, it's not really a ring, it's a snake eating its tail. You see that imagery a lot. And notice you've got the sun and the moon, the different cycles of the moon. We talk about that a lot, about how our bodies are affected by the moon, by the atmosphere, by the things that are going on with the planets. All right, now we're going to pull from Mary Magdalene and we'll be done. Last time we got Ascension and the Cave of Eggs. Further up is further in, and we exist in and with each other. Christ, love knows only mercy on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. That sneeze has got me sniffling. Sorry. I know it's frustrating. It bothers me too. One more. Mary, Mary, full of grace, what advice can you give us today? If you guys are traveling this weekend, please travel safe. I know all over people are having all different kinds of bizarre weather. Everywhere from, flooding to snow to storms. So please just be careful. Watch the weather. Make sure, you're aware of the weather whatever area you're going to be going and traveling to. All right. That's way too many, but we'll at least acknowledge them. Beloved, the Alpha and the Omega, Witness, and the Dove. We got the Dove not too long ago. We want just one, please. And it fell on the floor. The Soul. I am free. I have not bound anything. Page 74. 7-4 breaks down to 11. We did see 11 in the Patience card. Deep breath. Even in the midst of the worst that can unfold for us, the soul whispers, I am free. It seems so strange that something so infinitely powerful could be accessible, visceral even, right here in the body. It seems so strange that something so otherworldly could be reached with an act that seems so entirely commonplace and mundane. A deep breath. With the intention, the consciousness of a single deep breath, we can detach from the ego and all its 7 powers. With one intentional deep breath, we can return to the heart, to the vast expanse of what's possible, to the limitless realm of the soul. In Mary's Gospel, the soul explains, quote, I have been bound, but I have not bound anything, end quote, referencing Mary chapter 9, verse 14. The soul has been bound by the 7 powers of the ego, but the soul does not bind anything or anyone in return. The soul, the essence of who we are, will be judged throughout our lifetime by both our own ego and the egoic powers of others, even our loved ones. The soul will be judged and bound, but the soul does not judge or bind others in retaliation. The soul is free and knows it. The soul says about the 7 egoic powers, quote, they did not recognize me, but I have recognized that the universe is to be dissolved, both the things of earth and those of heaven, end quote, referencing Mary chapter 9, verse 15. The ego can't see or recognize the soul, but the soul can see through all dualities, all of those opposites that rule the ego, like day and night, light and dark, heaven and earth, and the soul embraces as a unified whole. The soul is not bound to the egoic desires of what being here on earth might bring, nor is it bound to the egoic desires of what heaven might contain. The soul is content to simply be here now. The soul realizes both heaven and earth to exist nowhere else but in the present moment. Deep breath. Even in the midst of the worst that can unfold for us, the soul whispers, I am free. The soul voice meditation. What does it feel like to repeat inside the heart, I am free? We all have the freedom of choice. We all have the freedom of discernment, of true will, the truth. Going back to what I said earlier with the sword of truth. Embracing your soul's truth. Going back to angel number 1010, embracing the journey, embracing your soul's journey. You know, some of us signed up for really difficult paths, you know, knowing that this too shall pass, embracing it. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.